Gen Squad. I appreciate you coming to my channel to watch my video. If you are not new, welcome back. So, if you read my title, then you read correctly. We're going to be talking about procrastination today. I know. I think I procrastinated in even creating the video to talk about procrastination, okay? I am a huge procrastinator. So, I felt as though in order to help those like myself, I would create this video and letting you know some of the research that I looked up and kind of why we procrastinate. What is procrastination? Procrastination is the act of putting something off until another time. So, with that being said, do you procrastinate? Do you put stuff off when you know you could have did it yesterday or you could have did it today? And you decide you're going to do it tomorrow and it's been like a month or 3 days. That's me, okay? So, there are 4 types of procrastinators. You have an anxious procrastinator, you have a fun procrastinator, you have a plenty of time procrastinator, and you have a perfectionist. I am definitely not a perfectionist. I am most likely plenty of time and fun procrastinator. Pretty much those 4 things are simple. 1, you're too anxious to start something simply because you keep thinking about the finished product. So you're always worrying about what the end goal is going to be. So you're too anxious to even start. 2, a fun procrastinator. Somebody who feels as though there are 1,000 other things that they can be doing that are a lot more fun than doing what the task that they needed to do. Then you have a plenty of time procrastinator. Somebody, if the deadline is like a month or 3 months off, then they wait until the last minute to do what needs to be done because it's just so much time. Why do it now? And then you have the perfectionist, somebody who feels as though they want it to be as perfect as possible, so it prevents them from even starting the task that they have at hand. Which procrastinator are you guys? Because I know for a fact, like I said, I am definitely the plenty of time procrastinator and I am the fun procrastinator. I always feel as though I have, a whole bunch of time. I don't really need to start now, and then I'll produce my work a month or a week before it's due when I could have taken my time to do it. So in this video here today, I'm going to be talking about my top 4 steps that I feel as though are very beneficial in helping you overcome being a procrastinator. For me, step 1 is to pretty much break it down. Break down the task that you have at hand by writing it down, similar to my goals video. If you want to take a look, you can go back and look at that. You definitely want to break down the steps into smaller steps. So if you know that you need to study for a midterm, you would want to then, you don't want to wait and try to cram it in all the day before because you're going to forget. If you know there are 12 chapters, you want to take your time, split it up as to, okay, week 1, I'm going to study this chapter. I'm going to study chapter 1, and then week 2, I'm going to study chapter 2. So you want to break it up into smaller steps. 2, you want to create a timeline. You want to make sure this timeline is realistic. So making sure that you know, look, I know for a fact I can't say that I'm going to sit down and study for an hour. Probably not my thing. I'll say my best bet would be 20 minutes. What can I accomplish in 20 minutes? If for me 20 minutes every day is attainable and I know I can block out 20 minutes of my day to doing something that I need to do, then I'll do that. If that doesn't work, then maybe you want to break it down to something a little bit more smaller, like starting with 2 minutes. Okay, I'll do 10 minutes of studying for something, and then most likely once you're in it and you dedicated that 10 minutes, the time will then kind of expand. But starting off with something small. And then 3, you want to, or 4, you want to eliminate the distractions. If it's your environment, then you may want to try to find another place to study. If it is the internet or your cell phone, I'm constantly on my phone. I'm constantly distracted. I'm constantly reading group messages. So you want to put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Put your computer on Do Not Disturb. And just make sure that you have the space that you need in order to work on those goals. That means changing your location if inside your house has too many distractions, like mine. Then you want to try to find a different location. Number 4, your last one, you want to kind of, it sounds weird, but lower the bar. You don't want to put too much pressure on yourself and create yourself into overthinking and all of the pressure, and then that kind of wraps you up into anxiety, thinking, okay, look, if I do this, I do that, this messes up this. You don't want that, especially if it comes to fitness, if you're studying, anything like that. You want to kind of put in your head that you're going to be able to do it, you're going to be able to obtain that goals. So you want to kind of lower the bar and say, you know what, I'm only going to worry about studying for chapter 1, and I'm only going to worry about studying for chapter 2. I'm going to follow my timeline, I'm going to create my timeline, and then the outcome becomes a lot smaller. You don't put so much emphasis around it, so it doesn't feel as though it's something like this big old weight on your back. Like if you're taking, example, if you're going to take your driver's test, you know what steps you need to take. You need to, 1, pass your written test, which means you have to study first. Once you pass your written test, then you know there's your road test. Once you pass your road test, then you know you have your permit. From your permit, then you know you have to kind of like drive around for a little bit before you get your, primary license. So like, you know what the steps are, but sometimes you put so much anxiety around the end goal that it prevents you from doing what you need to do to get there. So now you put all these barriers up. So you kind of want to lower the bar and be like, look, it's just a test. I can take the test again if I need to take it again. As long as I know I'm putting my effort in, I'm studying for it, then you're eliminating that stress. Trust me, they're not easy, because like I said, I am a procrastinator. I procrastinated in making this video. I could have did it on Monday and I did not, because I know that my deadline is technically tomorrow to post this video. So here I am creating my video. So, we're all procrastinators. We procrastinate, sometimes because we're too afraid of the outcome, the goal. We may think the goal is too big and we put it off because we don't want to face it, because we feel like it's too large of a project. However, if you use the 4 steps that I mentioned today in this video, then it should be nothing. It should be a no-brainer for you guys to start putting it into motion. You definitely you don't want to continue putting off a goal for yourself simply because you felt overwhelmed and felt like you couldn't take the task on at hand. Trust me, we all, if you use my 4 steps, they will definitely help you in getting your goals done, knocking that thing out the park, and cutting the BS and getting it done. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here and use my own advice and stop being a procrastinator and go get some work done. Because if I don't use my own advice, why would I expect you guys to use it? But thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not hesitate to subscribe, hit the bell notification. For the month of June, I'm going to remind you guys, I am posting every Friday at 12 p.m. So, if you didn't have the bell notification on, then you won't know. You won't see my video. So, make sure, like I said, you hit the bell notification and you watch my videos and you give me feedback. Next week, I'm going to put it in here so you guys can hold me to it. I will be doing a cooking video, so it will be up also next Friday. Bye, guys.